we're summoning up the demon horde, but only if we roll a nat 20. A really interesting idea connected to a movie that just didn't catch on. Brought to you by Hasbro. There's lots to unpack here with the Displacer Beast from the 2023 release Dungeons & Dragons set, which is, I don't know, the best way to describe it is like half Rock Lord and half Beast Wars. It's the Diceling collection. Cool. The packaging for this, really, Hasbro leaves a lot to be desired. I really don't know if the image on the front would be representative of the toy inside, especially when we're talking about something that, like a toy that nobody has seen before. I feel like if we're talking about action figures, people have a rough idea of the quality involved and kind of maybe what to look for because, every kid has had an action figure before. So we get that, but we kind of don't have a point of reference when it comes to something like a Diceling Transformer-ish kind of figure. So we take a look at the packaging. We can see here that it tells us there's 5 steps to turn it into the Displacer Beast, which is kind of like a winged panther, which looks kind of cool. Unfortunately, I don't know much about Dungeons and Dragons. I also didn't watch the movie, although it is definitely on the list of things to watch coming up. And if you didn't already notice, the biggest reason to pick this guy up, aside from the $4.19 price tag, when it was originally $13.99 at Target, was because I am an absolute sucker for clear plastic action figures, and I always have ever since I was a kid. So let's take a look at the figure and open this box up and hope that I actually have the action figure in here, because I've been sitting on this for quite a little bit, quite a number of weeks. I would not be able to return it, and I'm really hoping it's not like a pad of Post-it notes or whatever. Oh boy, guys. Oh no. Oh man. So yeah, the clear action figure is really difficult to represent in photographs and probably similarly difficult to show in video. But in hand, my impressions on the color is, yes, I like the blue clear, but I'll be honest, man. There's just a couple things that I did not expect to want in this action figure because I already wasn't expecting much. I saw in the on the box art, and I'm just taking a look at it again, that there wasn't going to be much of a paint job here. I didn't notice much. I did see that they colored like the panther's eyes, and because it's supposed to be like, I don't know, like some kind of ice beast or ghost beast, I was okay with not much of a paint job. However, the fact that this is supposed to be a dice, and I can hardly see any of the numbers. Guys, like, if you're not going to do a paint job at all, boy, this one is tough. I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, again, a lot to be desired here as we take this off. The only paint job, aside from the eyes, is going to be this and symbol from the Dungeons & Dragons. So, yeah. I challenge you to be able to read the numbers quickly and from a distance. Here we have the instructions. Really simple, 5-step process. So I'm going to go through that now and see how it looks. The transformation, or, I don't really know what they want to refer to as, was okay. One of the largest problems is that the tail, which is the first step, represented right there, corresponds to the number 13, and it took me about 30 seconds to find the 13, and that's not really the greatest. So, if they just had any paint job there, it would have been maybe nicer. I know 30 seconds isn't a lot to ask. It's really not a big deal overall, obviously, but yeah, I don't know. It's not a great experience, especially for something that's supposed to double as a dice. The weight of the dice, not entirely sure that it's even. I have not tried to roll it. Well, I have, but I haven't done multiple rolls in order to figure out whether there's there's a certain number that it's weighed against just because of the natural weight of the figure. So I don't know. Rolled it a couple times. It rolled okay. Didn't really care what the number was because I could really hardly see it. So there's no accessories included. It has the articulation that you would expect in a type of figure. that this would be, you know, aka a transformer. In the transformer world, I think this would be considered a shell former because of these huge wings that are going on here. The wings don't look the worst, but they aren't entirely convincing, and it took a lot of fiddling in order to get it balanced in order to display on my little spinny plate. I think another issue with this is, at least for now, the hinges that hold the wings there appear fine. However, I did notice that at certain angles, the wings would just drop, which might mean that there will be an issue in the future where the wings do not stay, for lack of a better term, erect past a certain point of play or usage. The tail is okay. I don't know what to say. As far as articulation goes, there are swivel hinge ankles on the paw, pinless swivel hinge. Well, I mean, it's a clear action figure. I think that's considered pinless because I don't see the pins on the outside. I don't know. Anyway, whatever it is you want to call these guys. I also did not notice this on the packaging, but the Displacer Beast actually has 6 legs, I suppose. So that's a ton more articulation on paper. We've got swivel thighs, a board jointed head. And what's most important here is there's a swivel jaw, so you can open its jaw. Tons of articulation in the tail and on the wings, and at points that are difficult to describe. Flaps, swivels, hinges galore, just kind of everywhere. However, you know, sort of again, just like in any Transformer figure, the amount of articulation and the ways that you want to be able to count those up aren't one for one when talking about an action figure. As we move into the figure comparisons to help you decide how the design language for this particular figure shapes up to others in similar categories, we've got a Transformer Soundwave over here, obviously dwarfing it, and the standard and perfectly 6-inch scale 6-inch Spider-Man figure. We've also got 2 G1 Transformers. I know this is a G1. I don't know if this is considered G1. I don't know. Anyway, they're older Transformers figure, the ones with the rub signs, so that's cool. Anyway, I think $5 was the perfect price point for this thing. I already had trouble with the wings when I took it off the stand. They already dropped. Did not bother trying to put them back. I guess it looks okay like this. Honestly, actually, tell you the truth. Let's see if I'm going to break my figure right now. There we go. Oh yeah, so it's got that hinge thing. That way it can twerk, I suppose, make characters uncomfortable. I guess kind of importantly, this base part of the tail doesn't move, so you can't have the tail coming upwards. Aside from this, kind of like a scorpion thing going on. I actually think this looks better without the wings. I'm okay with that. Again, got the hinge, bah, rawr. And then we've got, you know, this little tiger scorpion character, which I think is actually cooler. So if you want a tiger scorpion ice character beast guy, this is the one for you. Hopefully you can also get it on a sale the way I did. Anyway, so let me know what you thought of this figure. Did you love it? Did you hate it? What kinds of stuff do you prefer collecting, and what figures are you looking forward to in the next couple of months? Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more content.